right, Steve, it's showtime.
All right, everybody, let's make some noise for Eric Abbenante versus the world. I'm Steven Richardson, the supportive sidekick, and I am about to introduce our host with the least, Eric Abbenante.
Thank you all so much, Green Goddess, Denton. This is Eric Abbenante versus the world. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is a political comedy show. And this is my dream, okay? This is my dream. And the way this show works is I will only apologize if I didn't offend you, okay? I will come up to you after the show and I will apologize for that. That's the only reason. And I am gonna hit both sides tonight. All comers, okay? No one is safe. It's Eric Abbenante versus the world. Thank you. Like I said, my name is Eric Abbenante, comedian, documentarian, news producer. These are the things I pretend to do, okay? I mean, this is special. This is a special night, okay? And I want you, please, give a warm round of applause for my sidekick Steve. Okay, my supportive sidekick Steve. Thank you all so much. Will I assassinate my career tonight? Hey, we're gonna find out. Tune in to see if there's a next episode. But Steve, how do you think we're gonna do tonight, bud?
You are going to make history today.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are going to be the only Jew in America to succeed at nothing. Nothing.
Dang. Steve, I thought you were supposed to be my supportive sidekick.
Hey, when are you going to support me and, like, pick up a bar tab?
Yeah, I mean, Steve, come on. You know that's against my religion. Come on. How could you ask? It's not kosher. Not kosher. Yeah, it's, I get it, Steve. I'm not good at picking up tabs. I'm not good at picking up stand-up comedy. I get it, okay? But I picked up your line for you, okay? Greedy Jew, taking lines. Oh, yeah, end of scene. But seriously, give it up for my buddy Steve. He came off of work to be here. He's killing it. He is my supportive sidekick. And he's already gone in a couple of Jew jokes. Very good. Very good job reciting what I wrote for you. Very good. It was so anti-Semitic, what I wrote for you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and thank you to the venue we are at, the greatest legal dispensary in Texas, Green Goddess Revival. Okay? Thank you all so much. Comedy, laughter is the best medicine. And right now, Americans need to take drugs. You know what I'm saying? This show is about comedy and politics, and we're covering the news of the day. And what's going on? Nothing big in the news, right? What's going on? But seriously, this is the best play. And you know what? We're gonna have a message later in the show for Ken Paxton. Boo. Yeah, boo, Ken Paxton, yes. He follows me on X. Okay, he follows me, and we're having a message for him later. He's gonna see this. He actually follows me. This isn't a bit. I have 140K on X. You know what I'm saying? These guys, there may be a couple people here. There's 140,000 you're gonna be in front of. Okay, and you guys are gonna kill it tonight. And it's totally not a high stakes situation at all. I brought you in on a good week. Okay, I brought you in on a really good week to talk about the news. Okay? But this is the greatest place to get your legal high. Okay? If you're pro-drugs. And if you're anti-drugs, like all the conservatives in my mentions, upset at me that I'm doing a show at a dispensary, well, you need to calm down because it's just hemp. Okay? It's just hemp. And you know what? That's not their fault. Ken Paxton, that's his fault, and we'll get to that later. But it's just hemp. Like, come on. Hemp, when it's asked, am I weed? It's like, I identify as weed. It's trans weed. It's just, It's great. I mean, smoking hemp, it's like smoking Bible paper. And actually that's an insult to Bible paper because when you smoke Bible paper, it has an effect. Called "You're going to hell." That's the effect. It's crazy. These people in my mentions getting mad at me for performing at a legal dispensary that only sells hemp. It's like if you got upset at me for performing at a bar that only sells O'Douls. Okay? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But yes, this is the first episode. The first episode of Eric Abbenante versus the world. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I didn't even have to edit that in. Though I did edit some stuff in already. So many laughs. The chick who showed her tits. I edited it a lot, but that was real. That was real. But this is the first show of Eric Abbenante versus the world. First show. Could be my last. And I'm not superstitious, but I've been told that you don't want to be a pilot flying your first plane on the weekend of 9/11. Okay? Which is why I memorized this script right here. This was last week's show. Okay? Could do this in my sleep. Top to bottom. Had it done. Okay? And then I get a call from Steve over here. The following is a reenactment. No Jews were harmed in the making of this reenactment.
Yo, Eric.
Sidekick, what are you doing calling me? I'm a big-time news producer. I have the finger on the pulse of American politics. What are you doing, Sidekick?
Charlie Kirk's been shot.
Oh my god, that's so terrible. My script.
You selfish asshole.
My script has been shot. Oh no! My script! What are you saying, Sidekick?
Why is this about you?
Because this is always about me! And it needs to be about me! Why can't it be about me? And so what happened to Charlie Kirk?
Good news, he's in critical but stable condition.
Oh my god. Anyways, here's the script.
This is a bunch of racial slurs.
We're saying the same thing, Steve! So he's in stable but critical condition. Oh, I can put my script back together. Oh, it's still alive. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Hold on, Trump's making an announcement.
Oh, God.
Charlie Kirk is dead.
Oh, no. Oh, no. My script. This is a tragic day for me and only me.
What a piece of shit.
I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. Just for me, this whole Charlie Kirk shooting, it's a real turning point.
Too soon, motherfucker.
That was my line. You should not be working, you should be listening to my script, okay? Why didn't you study more? I don't care that you have kids.
And like a real job.
Oh, that's nice. You don't have a job making YouTube videos. Oh my God. Anyways, so that reenactment totally happened, right? Totally happened. Thank you. But, so, the issue with all this, look, I'm brave for even talking about this, okay, Steve? I'm really brave. I'm
feeling it over here.
Yeah, no, I'm like a hero. Okay, no, I really am for talking about Charlie Kirk because there are people right now have been fired for talking about this subject. Now let's joke about it. Yeah, it's an absolutely great idea to joke about it. All right, so the first casualty of the Charlie Kirk commentary. The first casualty was on MSNBC. Matthew Dowd. Matthew Dowd, he, when he was, as soon as it happened, he was commenting. It was, something like, because Charlie Kirk had said bad words. Hey, I'm editing you out of this, okay? The whole show, no, just that part. No, but Charlie, he's basically saying as it was happening that Charlie Kirk had said, bad things, and that he had put that out into the ether, and then the bad vibes, man, that's like the crime for, that he was, the crime of wrongdoing, and, the crime of wrongthink, and, then he got fired. Then he got fired after that, which is great. Matthew Dowd, ironically, he put bad words out into the ether, and then he assassinated his own career. Oh, it's a real shame. A real shame. These libs, they're cheering at death. It was really, I know it wasn't all of them, but that was the majority. And they're cheering it over a gun control notion, because he had said some statement about gun control. And I found it ironic that they were cheering on his death from a gun control notion, because they had to use a gun to win the debate. That's not how gun control works. Gun control isn't controlling the gun as you're staring down the sight of the rifle. Okay, that's not what gun control is. This is the issue. Again, I'm making fun of both sides tonight, don't you worry. But this is my issue with liberals. Like, they love diversity until you get to diversity of opinion. And then a person with divergent opinion says the opinion, and then, they must be publicly executed in the town square for the crime of having a divergent opinion. Anyway, so the second almost casualty was Katie Tur, same channel. She said that we don't know who shot Charlie Kirk. It could have been a conservative cheering and accidentally shooting him. I don't know, but I'm going to take a shot in the dark. And that is something we should be saying. By the way, all right, Steve, really quick, ground rules for tonight. Things I can't say, okay? Things I can't say. Take your shot. Can't say that tonight. Going for the jugular. Oh, you're groaning. No, I agree. That's why I can't say it. Okay? And of course, can't say killed it.
Nope.
Can't say I killed it. Yes, I know I can never say that. I know. I get it. But yes. So Katie Tur, yeah, she was the second one, second casualty. Then a third person came on MSNBC and said the last two people, they made inappropriate comments, and they have been reprimanded, and Dowd has been fired. And she really should just come on and said, breaking news, we already fucked up this story twice. It's just incredible. Oh my God, absolutely incredible. But, you know what? And yes, there were some unhinged takes on the right, okay? And I know, my friends on the right, emotions are high, but we still said some wacky stuff, and we need to go over it right now, okay? The craziest thing that we said on the right was that Charlie Kirk Day needed to replace MLK Day.
What?
Yes, Charlie Kirk Day, which doesn't exist yet, needs to replace Martin Luther King Day. This is a serious suggestion. First of all, what do they have to do with each other? At all. One just happened in September. The other one's in February. Like, what are we talking about? What is the relationship? Poor Martin Luther King just catching strays. And you know what? That was the problem the first time. You know what, Steve? Add catching strays to the list.
Alright.
Not talking about the racial slurs list, okay? Talking about the other list. Okay? Okay, but yeah, I mean, Charlie Kirk Day instead of Martin Luther King Day. It just makes no sense. It really doesn't. And come on, like, even leftists, they probably think Charlie Kirk, if he was MLK, would be like, I have a dream that one day we get people together of all races, colors, and creeds, except white people, round them up, and deport them out of this country. I have a dream. And it's like, yeah, that wouldn't, probably wouldn't fly, yeah. But, you know, I'm more interested in talking about society's reaction. Oh, there's such a cute dog here. You know, that isn't a heckler. No, it's a cute dog. I know, it's very cute. We brought bitches. See, you brought bitches, Eric. Very good. Very good. All right, so I'm more interested in society's reaction to this. There were people on, TMZ, live. There were people cheering this death live as it happened in the control room. People on Blue Sky and on TikTok cheering this death. And what's really disturbing is that it's part of a trend, because they did a poll on this. 42% of Gen Z believes that words, if they don't like them or agree with them, constitute violence. And therefore, violence would be justifiable in response to those words. And I gotta warn you, Gen Z, it's not a good precedent. It's not a good precedent. Gen Z is gonna go into the doctor. The doctor, you have cancer. Well, you're dead, doc. And ironically, you need a doctor if you're not dead yet, because, oh man, you said a word I don't like. You know? Look, he just said words, okay? And this is personal. This involves all of us. People could be watching us, be like, oh, he said a word he didn't like. Bang. And that's it. Look, comedy's hard enough. You say something on stage, and the punishment of it not working is the painful moments of silence. Okay? Which you have heard all tonight, the whole time. Okay? Not one single moment of laughter. I've had to edit in every single one of them. Okay? But comedy's hard enough, okay? Like, I don't need to be shot if a punchline doesn't work, okay? Really sounds like they're desperate over their roast battle. We're taking up to a new level. Can they survive the 3 jokes? I don't need Russian roulette comedy. I don't. But to get serious for a moment, these people killed Charlie Kirk over his words to silence him. It's absolutely disgusting. He did what you and I do. He here talking to crowds, and he debated all comers. No matter what you think of him, he debated all comers. Left, right, center. Prove me wrong. Okay? And yes, there were times where they did prove him wrong. But ultimately, hey, no one's undefeated. No one's undefeated, okay? We've all had heckler. Yeah, he is setting it up like a comedian and a heckler. I'm going to film owning the heckler. And yes, sometimes the heckler did win. But he had a pretty high ratio, honestly. He did. He was doing pretty well. And you know what? He was talking to everybody. And they really, instead of winning the argument intellectually in the marketplace of ideas, they decided to shoot him. And when you do that, you don't win. In fact, he's in heaven right now, wearing the championship belt on that argument. He is, okay? Because you couldn't defeat him while talking, okay? That is what happened. There are high stakes tonight. There are, okay? Freedom of speech, the First Amendment, and the ability to say unpopular opinions publicly. Stating unpopular opinions publicly is the bedrock of the only free speech society that has ever existed on Earth, America. okay? We need to say unpopular opinions like, white lives matter too. Yeah, we're going there. We need to say unpopular opinions like, make America great again, okay? And we need to say the most unpopular opinion of all, which is, Eric Abbenante is funny. We need to say these unpopular opinions to save this country, okay? The first two, you'll get called racist. The last one, you'll get called racist, sexist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, ableist, all the ists, okay? But I'll end this ending monologue on this. You're like, please, when does it end? Okay, don't worry, it ends. It ends, don't worry. It's right on the script of the racial slurs, right under the N-word. Okay? Okay, so, this is how it ends. So, I am a news producer, big time, just flown out to New York City, and was to talk about the Epstein files and how Trump has kind of exacerbated this problem. And so, the Epstein files, Trump has been, throwing up everything against the wall to distract you from the fact that I'm in the Epstein files. He wants to distract you from that. He wants to distract you from that. A recent one is, that vaccine that I made you all take, maybe it didn't work, and maybe it was, dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, don't think about me in the Epstein files. And so, it's just all been a distraction. It's all been a distraction. And after the tragic passing, I was thinking, I was like, wait, did Trump order a hit on Charlie Kirk to distract us from the Epstein files? I'm sorry you had to do this, Charlie, but you sacrificed yourself for the greatest president on earth, Donald J. Trump. If only you were like me, Neo, and you could have dodged it, but you couldn't, because you're not as good as me. No one's as good as me. I'm the greatest. Oh, Charlie, you sacrificed yourself for the greatest honor of all, helping me. Oh, like a candle in the wind. You're something, something, something. Anyways, I don't remember this guy. Yeah, it's just it's really scary because, they did ask him about Charlie Kirk and afterward, and he's like, yeah, it's that. Anyways, trucks. We got these cool trucks coming out. I mean, it's just amazing. I think we're going to put solar panels on truck nuts. And it's just like, okay, I will say, I give Trump credit. He did say something nice as it happened. And I was worried. I really was. I was worried that he was going to say something like, this is really tragic, but look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. From this assassination of Charlie Kirk, I can finally tell the difference between him and Steven Crowder. Thank God. Would always get those two mixed up. Now I can say, Steven, he's the alive one. He's the alive one. Should have been you, Steven. Should have been both of you, honestly. That would have really distracted people from me being in the Epstein files. Do you like my theory, Steve? Do I sound crazy?
You sound, what's the word? Dare I say paranoid?
I'm not paranoid, Steve. I just feel like the whole world's against me right now, It's just like it's Eric Abbenante versus the world.
Yeah!
We actually got through it.